Hello students, today we will study the angle sum property. This is the topic of standard 8 chapter number 3 understanding quadrilaterals. So, angle sum property means if we have a closed figure then we can measure the interior angles, and how what figure it gives if we add all the interior angles, that is depend on the figure. Okay, depend on the side by which it is closed. So very first figure which is closed, that we know now is a triangle. So triangle is the very first figure which is closed figure. It is made of the three sides and all the sides are a line segment. So there are three sides and three angles. So we have to study about the angles. Angle sum. That means if we take a triangle ABC, then there is also, we can say that this is angle A or angle 1, angle B or angle 2, angle C or angle 3. We have given the different name. Okay. So what will happen if we add all these angles? We know that the angle sum property of triangle state that all the angle sums is equals to 180 degree. That means measure of angle A plus measure of angle B plus measure of angle C is equals to 180 degree. We have used this M for the measure, right? So all the angles, if we add of a triangle, then we get the 180 degree. So we can say that the angle sum property of triangle is addition of all the angles A plus B plus C is equals to 180 degree. On another way, we can say that angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 is equals to 180 degree. Now, if we move ahead, the next figure that we get, which is closed, is a quadrilateral. So quadrilateral means four sides. So you can see that A, B, C, D we have taken as a quadrilateral and it has four sides. Now we have only one thing, that is a triangle. We don't know what is the angle sum of a quadrilateral, but we know the angle sum of the triangle. So if we want to use the angle sum property of triangle, then what we can do? We can actually doing this thing that if we join this diagonal A and C, then what will happen? This quadrilateral is divided into two triangles. One is the triangle ABC and second triangle is the ACD. Why we divide it into the triangles only? Because we know the angle sum property of the triangles. So whenever there becomes a triangle, we can say that the angles of all these three, sum of all the three angles is equals to 180 degree. That is why we divide the quadrilateral into two triangle. Right? Okay. One thing is, notice that it is not compulsory to join the AC diagonals. We can also join the BD diagonal. If we join the BD diagonal, then again we have two triangles. One is ABD and one is BCD. You can also check this by doing this diagonal BD. So currently we have joined the AC diagonal. So that is why now there are two triangles. One is ABC and second one is ACD. So what are the angles of ABC is, let us give it 1, 2 and 3. And three angles of ACD, let us give it the name 4, 5 and 6. Okay, now if we see, we can state that in triangle ABC, angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 is equals to 180 degree. Why? Because the angle sum property. Again, second triangle is triangle ACD. So the angles of ACD triangles are, we have to consider only ACD. So we can take the 6, 4 and 5. So addition of 6, 4 and 5 angle is equal to also 180 degree because it is also a triangle. So according to the angle sum property of triangle, this we can write down. Now what will happen? Now add this and this, both the equation. What will happen if we add both the equation? Whenever we add two equations, then the left hand side of one equation will be added to the left hand side and right hand side of one equation will be added to the right hand side. So here left hand side there are angles 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here I have write down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All are the angles. And right hand side what will happen? 180 plus 180. So total is equals to 360 degree. Now what will happen here? See, angle A is divided into two angles, angle 1 and 6. So when we add both the angles, we again get the whole angle A. Currently it is divided into two portions, angle 1 and angle 6. If we add both the angles 6 and 1, then we get the angle A. So angle 1 and angle 6, by adding both the angles, we will get the angle A. Angle 2 means whole is angle B. So instead of B2, we can write down the angle B. Now here also you can see that C angle is divided into two angles 3 and 4. So by adding 3 and 4, we get the angle C, and angle 5 is equals to angle D. So we can write down instead of 5 angle D. And right hand side what we will get? 360 degree. So now you can see that angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D is equals to 360 degree. That means the angle sum property of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. Okay, we can say that any quadrilateral, if we add all the angles, then we get the addition is equals to 360 degree. Okay, so let us study the exercise 3.1, question number 3, that is related to the angle sum property of the shape, any closed figure. Okay, so let us study the question number 3. And what is the question? Question is, what is the sum of the measure of the angles of a convex quadrilateral? Will this property hold if the quadrilateral is not convex? Not convex means concave. Okay, so the first question is the tell about the what is the angle sum property for the convex quadrilateral. So convex quadrilateral means this is a convex quadrilateral, and we know that if we divide it into the two triangle, and in this way we get the angle sum property of a convex quadrilateral is equals to 360 degree, right? The second thing we have asked that if we take a non-convex quadrilateral, then is this property is also hold for the non-convex quadrilateral? Yes, non-convex quadrilateral means the concave quadrilateral. Let's suppose ABCD is a concave quadrilateral. Why? Because if we join this BD diagonal, then it remains the outside the diagram. So that is why it is a concave quadrilateral. Now, what will happen if we join this AC diagonal? Then again this quadrilateral is divided into two triangles ACD and ACB. So yes, we can say that the angle sum property of concave quadrilateral is also 360 degree. This property is also hold true for both the concave and convex quadrilateral. Angle sum property of quadrilateral is applicable to both this diagram. Okay, so now let us study the question number 4. What is given in the question number 4? Question number 4 is, examine the table. One table is given in the question. Each figure is divided into triangles and the sum of the angles reduced from that. So here we have to understand this table. So the first column is given a figure, second column is of side, and third is of the angle sum. Angle sum means sum of all the interior angles. So the first figure, we know that it is a triangle, it has a 3 sides. So the angle sum of this is 180 degree. If we write this 180 degree in another form, then what will happen? We can write down this 180 degree in this way also, that 180 degree is equals to 3 minus 2 multiplied by 180 degree. Now why we write down here 3 minus 2? Actually we want to relate the side and 180 degree. So 3, that is why we have taken 3, and here we know that 180 degree is as it is. If we multiply 180 degree with 1, then nothing will happen to 180 degree. Why? Because 1 is the multiplicative identity. So 3 minus 2 gives us 1. So 1 into 180 degree is equals to 180 degree. So we are actually not changing the value of 180 degree. We are just representing 180 degree in another form. Why? Because we want to relate the side and the 180 degree angle. Okay. Now in the next example you will also understand why we do this. Okay. So the next figure is a quadrilateral. It has 4 sides. We can divide it into the 2 triangles that you know now very well. As there are 2 triangles inside a quadrilateral, so the angle sum is equals to 360 degree. Now think, what will happen if we rewrite this 360 degree in this way? In which way? Consider the side, and if we subtract 2 from the side, then what will happen? It will give us 4 minus 2 is equals to 2, and 2 into 180 degree, that is equals to 360 degree. So we get our exact figure 360 degree. So here also we relate the side and 180 degree. So now you understand why we rewrite it as a 3 minus 2 and this as a 4 minus 2. Okay, let us see one more example. Now this is a pentagon because it has a 5 sides. So now you can calculate how to, by using this formula, how to calculate the angle sum of a pentagon. Because till now we know the angle sum property of triangle and angle sum property of a quadrilateral. But how to calculate the angle sum of a pentagon? We know that we can divide it into the 3 triangles, right, by joining the 2 diagonals. So now we can calculate that if there is a 3 triangle, then 180 into 3, that is equals to 54. So the angle sum of a pentagon is equals to 540 degree. But using this method, can we calculate? Yes. See, we can take the side, subtract 2 from the side, number of the side, and multiply it 180 degree. Then what will happen? 5 minus 2 is equals to 3, and 3 into 180 degree is equals to 540 degree. Okay, so now you can understand this thing that we can find out the angle sum of any side polygon of this type of polygon. In which method? By subtracting 2 from the number of side. Here the number of side is 3, so we subtract 2, we get the 180. Here the number of side is 4, so by subtracting 2, we get the 2 into 180, that is equals to 360. Here we subtract 2 from the 5 and multiply it 180, we get the answer 540, and is it correct? It is correct. So in this way, if let's suppose there is a polygon which has a n side. N means it may be a number that is 8, 9, 10, 100, 1000, we don't know. So we tell it in the general form as an n-gon. So the side is n. Now how we can calculate the angle? Using the same formula, side minus 2 into 180 degree. Right? So we can calculate the angle sum of any polygon by using this formula. Either it is a triangle, quadrilateral, pentagon, hexagon, heptagon, octagon, any one. Okay? So this is all about this lecture. Okay? Thank you.